What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. If you are a silver stacker, and if you are a silver stacker that's buying silver, which I hope so, because it means you're a stacker, well, you better be taking advantage of these prices. You don't want to be holding off right now, folks. This is not the time to be holding off on buying silver, because I can guarantee that pretty soon you're going to be wishing you could go back in time and pay $26 for an ounce of silver. You don't want to be kicking yourself in the butt wishing you could invent a time capsule and go back to today, because you can't. Unfortunately, time capsules don't exist yet. And by the time they will exist, silver's price will be so freaking high. I mean, you might want to, that's actually a good idea. Once time machines are invented, silver stackers will unite and we'll all go back to, let's say, like March 2020 when silver was $11 and just splurge. And then, hopefully time capsules are able to transport precious metals, which if they couldn't transport anything, it would probably be precious metals because they're so freaking pure. Or maybe that's the only thing they could transport. But anyway, sorry, enough BS. Silver is so undervalued. It's a steal. It blows my mind to think how something that has such a critical use in the everyday world, so vital, used for so many things, it's scarce, right? There's not much. Most silver gets thrown away. It's crazy to think it's only $26. And here's why, though. They're manipulating it. Whether you want to believe it or not, silver's natural price, if governments, if the system wasn't as corrupted as it is, in 1930, when FDR changed the gold to silver ratio from it was currently 16-1 to 75-1, single-handedly devaluing silver, silver would be sitting around $500 right now. No BS. I actually read an article where the guy said it should be $5,000. He's not saying, he didn't say it will be that price. He's saying it literally should. And he actually did this math problem, the 250-1 ratio, going off of something with gold and something with silver. And he broke it down, talking about this and logistics. But obviously, none of that has happened. And it's because of our financial system. But regardless, at the end of the day, silver is extremely undervalued. And that's why my name is Silver Slayer, not Gold Slayer, because gold isn't undervalued. Gold is, if anything, overvalued, and silver is undervalued. Now, yes, I could see gold $5,000 and silver $100, but that's still extremely undervalued for silver. Seems like everyone talks about that $5,000 gold and $100 silver up next. It's like, if gold's $5,000, then silver better be at least $250. And maybe more, because it's more volatile. It's a smaller market. So when money goes into silver and money goes into gold, silver gets affected higher because the silver market's much smaller than gold. Oh, man. It's like when I make these videos, I cover a lot of articles, right? On a day-to-day basis, I cover a lot of articles, and I skim through even more. I'm going through about 20 different articles a day. Metalsdaily.com, and go to the silver section. They find every single article that day that talks about silver. And there's a lot. There's 20, 30 articles every single day from all different sites and sources that talk about silver. And I go through every single one of those, skim through it, find the best 2 or 3 articles, the most relevant, the most important, and I'll usually make a video out of it. So I'm always staying up to date with what's really going on, and you are too if you're watching my videos daily. But a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, the only couple articles that are good are coming from silver sites. The rest are like these random sites that just talk about, or they'll be like stock sites or like, something digital. They won't talk about the important things happening for silver that day. It's like they're purposely They're purposely sweeping the good under the rug. They're sweeping. They're just making it seem like silver is a bearish market. It's been bearish. There's no profit to make, but they're not talking about any of the potential. They're not talking about what's happening right now with the shortage. They're not talking about anything what the U.S. Mint said, or they only cover the bad. And that's why people that invest into stocks and stuff that read only those articles that don't know about the silver articles or don't watch silver stacking channels, they just assume that silver's a bearish market because that's what they're hearing from all of these other sources that they probably listen to daily because they invest into stocks. So that's why I'm trying to make videos to reach more people, because most people that don't single-handedly or specifically search for precious metals content already have this stereotype that it's just for these the rebellious people that don't trust governments or the tinfoil hatters, and that's so not the case. It's so not the case, right? I was on Instagram and this one guy, he invests a lot into like different stuff, stocks, and I think he does a little bit of real estate, and he's got into crypto lately, and he made this post about kids in school, how the school system will teach you something so stupid, but they won't teach you about money, right? They don't teach you about money at all. He said, the only thing I learned in school about money was how to write a check, but they don't teach you about anything about money or how to handle money or and it's true. And I comment on it saying, look, you think that's on accident? No, they don't want us to learn about money. When we're in debt, we're a slave to the system. It's a power move. If kids knew the dollar lost 98% of its purchasing power, if they knew how corrupt our financial system is, do you think that would be good? No, they don't. The government doesn't want kids to know that stuff. If they did, then kids would take control of their lives and be financially free. And the government doesn't want that. They're going to push college student loans in front of your face. Right? They're going to push that cubicle 9-to-5 job where you're miserable, making no more than the guy working at McDonald's, maybe a dollar or two more. And this is the reality. That's why silver stackers right now, if you just started, you might be a little short on money or whatever, but I guarantee in a couple years, you will learn how to manage money. You will not be in the same situation. You learn a lot about yourself and about money, the true value of a dollar, right? The true value of silver. You learn how to separate your wants versus needs. You learn that just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. And it just goes on. I mean, it's crazy that I have to make a video talking about $50 silver and people will bash me saying I'm a silver pumper. Like, silver was $50 not even 10 years ago. Like, that's not crazy. Even if I say $100 silver, that's not crazy. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow or next week, but $100 silver is not crazy at all. If you think about how valuable silver really is, $100 is even still cheap, especially with what $100 is actually worth today and what $100 will be worth in 5 years from now. Since the dollar's purchasing power is dropping so low, 20 years ago, $1,000 is like, here, I'll put it like this. So in 20 years from now, let's say, okay, so right now you could buy, whatever for $50,000. In 20 years from now, that $50,000 you have today will be around $7,000, maybe even less then. So if silver's $100 right now, in a couple of years, it's gonna have the same concept. You're gonna need more money to buy things of equal value. Just like back in the day, your grandparents said you can buy a pack of cigarettes for a quarter or whatever. Now cigarettes are $12. It's only gonna get worse. So when you're talking about high silver prices, you also have to incorporate the dollar is going to be weakening, so it's going to take more dollars, even with something of equal value. But guess what? Silver's timeless. It's timeless, so you can't even do that. A 1950 Walking Liberty could get me a gallon of gas back in the day, and that same 1950 Walking Liberty could give me a gallon of gas today. The same coin. Let's say I got back in that time machine, and I teleported to today's time, and I'm in 2021 and I only have that coin I brought in the coin cap in the time machine, I could still get the same gallon of gas. You can't do that with anything else. You want to know why though? Back in the day, it was a face value, 50 cents, get you a gallon of gas. Nowadays, I could take that walking liberty to my local coin shop, sell it for $10, and go get myself more than a gallon of gas. It's crazy, right? Silver is timeless. It's like putting your money in a time capsule, literally. It's a beautiful thing. So anyways, I really want you guys to understand that if you're not buying silver right now, you're going to regret it. It's simple as that. You really will. You don't want to miss these low prices, and I hope you're not scared about these low prices. You don't need validation. You already know silver's worth way more than this, and the price is going to go back up. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day. Thanks for tuning in for Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.